Thanks, folks. And Dean, how are you?
Good, Ryan, yourself? Good to be back.
Yeah, that's it. Can't complain. A few
Yeah.
winners last week for you.
Three, couple of nice ones. Nice big 12-1 shot. I put it up each way and it ended up doing the business, thankfully. So can't complain about that. Nice 16-1 shot placed as well, and 5-2 and 15-8 winners. So yeah, pretty good day all in all. You had a couple of winners yourself.
I did, yeah. I had one the same as you, San Andreas, and I had Theo Conal, the stall 7 theory, ended up being a charm, didn't it?
The stall 7 theory.
Keep that one in mind. Yeah, Dean, this week, it's the big week at Dundalk. It's the Patton Stakes. Hollywoodbets are indeed sponsoring it. And this week, actually, if you do play the Punters Challenge, I'd highly recommend you would. They are increasing the prize pool to €500. The top 15 places this week will get paid. And obviously, you don't have to keep money. You can donate the money to the Irish Horse Welfare Trust if you don't want to set up a betting account. And yeah, it's really all a bit of fun, Dean, isn't it?
Yeah, I seen Hollywoodbets there. They were on about it all week there on Twitter. The increased prize fund, which is great to see. They're paying down as far as 15 places, I think. So I think me and you play every week for charity anyway. Anything that we can donate on is always a big help, especially in times like this. So if anybody's playing along and, as you say, they want to be generous, give a little back into the sport. The Irish Horse Welfare Trust is definitely a very good charity to give it to.
Yeah, definitely. And they are actually offering a lot of free bet offers this week. So if you do want to have a look at that, be sure to check their website, Hollywoodbets, during the Dundalk meeting, because they are going to be posting a few offers. And then all players will also get the opportunity of a free bet if they back a winner at 3-1, which in fairness is, or 3-1 or bigger, should I say, which is really a good deal, isn't it?
Well, I have a few nice selections there, 3-1 or bigger, so I might have to make use of maybe that offer if I can come up with a few on card.
Yeah, I have a few big price ones myself. Yeah, if you are playing the Hollywoodbets Punters Challenge in Ireland this week, there will be another shot of free bet this time. Obviously, everyone gets a €5 free bet for just entering alone. And this week, it will be a tenner for all players on hollywoodbets.ie.
Yeah, be sure to check it out. I think that terms and conditions apply there on that as well. So anybody that's listening in, or any of our followers that wants the chance to maybe explore a new way of going, check hollywoodbets.ie out. As Ryan says, there's loads of free bets on offer here for this Friday night meeting, and they sponsor the whole card as well, so they're pumping money into Irish racing. So if we can give a little back, then happy days.
Yeah, like you said, it's absolutely brilliant that they are sponsoring this full card at Dundalk. Obviously, it's it's not cheap, like, in fairness, and it's great for the industry. And yeah, we'll get straight into the video then, Dean, will we?
May as well. Let's get cracking.
All right, how are you, Alan?
Not too bad, Ryan, yourself?
Yeah, all good, Alan. You excited for this big day at Dundalk?
Yeah, good meeting. The listed Patton Stakes normally good field. Crossfire Hurricane won it last year, so look forward to it tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's produced quite a good field from it last year. Crossfire Hurricane, as you said, winning it, and Orchid Gardens coming second, and he's went on to have has went on and had a good career so far. So we'll get straight into the first race. It is a 6 furlong Claymore. What are you guys on?
Well, I think I just can't look past Zahi for Ado McGuinness. It's well on ratings and with the weight. I think he's been bang on lucky in 3 maidens. Should have what it takes to win here, and Claiming Company, being no disrespect to any other of the horses. He's in there about 3-1. I think he should get us off to a nice start for myself here anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, the one for me, Kindred Soul, trained by Johnny Feen. just looking through its form for Jed O'Keefe in the UK, like 1/5 furlongs in Beverley back in August 2020 was placed over 6. First run last time out for the stable was 80-1, ridden by Kevin Manning. Was prominent, stayed on well in that race. Has £4 kind of defined with that. She'll probably have to improve again. The big thing for me is the stable won this in 2019 with Yofton and the won it again last year with Billy Fairplay. They're going for a hat-trick in the race. Just be interesting to keep an eye on the market. She's in around 9-2.
Yeah, Alan, I'd be more inclined to agree with you than Dean, but I've gone against both of yous again. I'm going for Lilandra, Ross and Sullivan's horse. Dylan McMonagle's claiming £5, so that's obviously a good help. Stall 1, couldn't get better stall really, could you? And interestingly enough, Lilandra has never been drawn in stall 1, so it'll be quite interesting to see how she goes. She's only ran over 6 furlongs once, which was on her debut at Fairyhouse, and she came second behind Aquascent. And obviously that horse has went on and won here at Dundalk before and has done fairly well so far since that race. And yeah, 9-2, I think Lilandra is a cracking price back over 6 furlongs. Yeah. Race 2. What's got you going here?
Alan, you want to bang away this time first?
I'm surprised with the price, but I thought it'd be big enough. John McConnon's Nana Patsy. Just noticed 2025s is floating about. I watched this race, her debut back 3 or 4 times now. She finished 4th of 9 in a debut at Bellewstown. Hasn't been seen since. Extremely slow away. Looked very clueless in the run. Didn't know anything about what she was supposed to do. But the minute she came down the hill, turned into the straight, she got going and she stayed on well. Now, the winner of that race was Aloha Star. It actually went on its next run to beat Frenetic in the Curragh in the Group 2 early stakes. Just looking at that as well, Logo Hunter, is going to reoppose in this race. Like, the form is there. The 3rd has actually won since, and the 8th, Dean, you've actually put it up a couple of times, Tassel Flower. It's a nice bit of form around Dundalk. So she could be a big price, very small each way.
Yeah, Ryan or Alan, sorry, I'm going to take Logo Hunter. You mentioned him there. This horse up there, priced in around 4-1, was with Ger Lyons, bought now by Michael Bourne, having his first run here. Now, as you say, Alan, that horse was third behind Aloha Star, who went on then on the next start to won the Group 2, and she finished 3rd in a Group 1, the Group 1 Phoenix Stakes after that. She was in 3rd on her next start, and she was behind Miss Amulet, who went on then and won a listed race and a Group 1 after it, and finished 3rd in the Breeders' Cup. So I think the form's there for Logo Hunter. It's interesting to see that Ger Lyons has actually let him go, and he went for little money as well. I think it was about 5,000 quid. So Logo Hunter 4-1. I'll be happy to explain that.
Yeah, for me, I can't look past or look too far past Devil's Outlaw. The form is just completely there. Coming out of stall 2 this time. I know 5-4 is not ideal for a maiden, but step down to 6 furlongs, I think that should suit perfectly. The form is just so strong. You know, he beat Benevente, and who we'll talk about later, and finished behind Visualization, and then came second to Benevente then next time out. So the form is definitely there. He also beat Star Harbour and Barrettstown, who went and recently fought out a race that went to Stewart's Room last time. So I think he's a fair price of 5-4.
He finished in front of them, didn't he? Because he didn't beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that because
he beat Benevente and then
finished in front of him.
Yeah, he comes back.
Yeah,
behind Visualization. And another one that caught my eye actually was Grand Revival. Dennis Hogan's training it. This one's an American Pharaoh Gold, so you don't see too many of them about unless they're with Aidan O'Brien. The dam is by Galileo as well, so this is bred for success. Trained by Dennis Hogan, like I said, I think this could be an absolute monster. Like, you know, you don't see too many American Pharaoh Golds that don't turn out great.
Yeah. What are we on, the 6 o'clock now, is it?
Yeah.
yeah, the thing for me in the 6 o'clock, I just Jamie Codd heading to Dundalk on a Friday night. Freshman win on complete season today. Like Great Triangle is his mount, and it's in around 8-1. Now, this horse was sixth in the English Cesar, which back in 2019 in the race that Stratham actually won. It was pulled up in the chase last time out on soft to heavy ground. Like that chase was won by Enjoy the Lane. He won at Galway in 2018 over 2 mile. His flat form's actually pretty decent. Rated 80 on the level. I think for me he's a very interesting runner around 8-1. I'd be happy enough to play each way.
Yeah, Ryan, do you want to go ahead there? I'm just trying to check.
Interestingly enough, I know I said last time it would be my last chance given to her, but I'm going for Maleferous again. I think it's going to be a great night for Joseph O'Brien. A massive step up here from Maleferous, going from 1 mile 4 to 2 miles pretty much. Fourth, second, and third in previous races. Definitely has the ability, and it's just a matter of, will she be able to show it tonight or tomorrow night, should I say? Cheek Piece is on for the first time as well. They should give her a nice wee help, and she's making her handicap debut as well. So I think Maleferous has a great chance at 10-3. I wasn't actually expecting Maleferous to be the favourite here, but she has turned out to be.
Yeah, I was just looking there to see. I know Fairy House is on tomorrow as well, and I was just looking to see if there was any bumpers running on there, but there is none. So that might explain too why Jamie's going to Dundalk. I actually like one here at a very big price in my eyes. Alexei Vronsky for Paddy Roach and Anya O'Connor. Now this horse won. I've been following this horse since it switched to Paddy's over hurdles after it won a 10 furlong race in Roscommon for Mick O'Callaghan, and it won 2 starts back, so it did, and has since finished well down the field in a race won by Tahipu, and that's the one where Humdor came down at the last, so it was pitched in at the highest level there, when considering how that form has worked out since. So I think at 14-1, really, really big price, and I would give him a crack in each way chance. I would say in a race like that there, you could get 4 places on some of them sites as well.
Yep. Should we move on to the next race then, the 6:30? My heart's saying one thing here and my head's saying another. Sayas is running now Mervyn Torrance, which is quite interesting. Obviously was with Noel Kelly last time we've seen him. Only ran over this trip twice now, in fairness. Last time we won't talk much about it, but won the last time before that over this trip. So Sayas at 40-1, not got a great chance, has it? But I'll be more reasonable, and again I'm going for Joseph O'Brien with Meroir this time. Mark Gallagher's on his back. I think this could be, I said it last race there, I think it could be a really, really, really good night for Joseph O'Brien. I think he's going to clean up. Meroir was third behind Lady Luxury and Strip Light last time out, and in truth that race just fell apart, didn't it? It was just a real messy race. Obviously Pear stuck his chance on Lady Luxury and it paid off. Yeah, I just think Meroir has a big chance off low weight, so
yeah,
the 3 looks good.
I'm in 100% agreement with you, Ryan. Just touched off the third last day by no more than 3/4 of a length. As you say, like Alan Pearce gave that one an absolute cracking ride, picked them all off on the inside, and one actually really snugly for a half a length. There's a lot to like about it here. I think this is one of the races where the jockeys can't have ridden a certain amount of winners in the year, given by the jockey bookings. It's not really common to see Mark ride for Joseph, but I did see Mark ride and work for Joseph in the Curragh the other week. So, it could be he's getting a wee bit of a run here for him. This filly has a great chance, I think, as I say, off that last run. But the form, you lads tipped up the one that came second that day, last week, didn't it? And it was, I think it just kind of ran itself out of steam in the end. So I don't know how strong of a race that is, but I think somebody like Mark on this horse's back here will really suit her. She's young filly. Mark will drop her on hopefully from the wide draw, get her covered up, nice and settled, switch her off, down the outside, one big run, bang, pick them all off. as Ryan says, 10-3, good price.
Yeah, I'm going the foot of the weights, lads. Rory Cleary riding for Tom Cleary with Nately Whaling. Last Friday night, every hour on the hour, I never missed a beat. But right in behind them, Nately Whaling was under Sean Cleary, foul claiming £7. I keep watching this race back, and I don't know just if the young chap was strong enough just to get the horse going in time. You're going to have Rory Cleary on board this time. He should know the horse well. He's gone up £2 for that run. He's been very consistent in his last 4 runs at Dundalk. He may just lack the tactical speed needed over 1.5 miles, but he's won off 60 back in 2018. I'd say he should go close. He's in around 7-1. Again, each way.
Yep. Dean, that is the first horse any of us have agreed on tonight, is it?
Yep.
Doesn't spell a good sign, does it? Right, we'll move on to the 7 o'clock. It's a 1 mile maiden. There's a few debutants in here and a few horses that really could be anything, in fairness. But I'm going to the head of the market, the Dillon, the Andy Flattery team. I think this is one of maybe 4 that have a chance. Obviously, young Andy's claiming £3. Second last 2 times now, I think it was. Stall 1 this time, 9 Forburns last time from Jesse Harrington's yard, and it ran an absolute cracker, didn't it? I think the Dillon's the one to be here.
Yeah, again, I'm going to make a 2 for 2, Ryan. I'm going to back you up on that. I think the Dillon will take all the beating here. Has been quite unlucky in his last 2 runs. As you say, ran under forbearance, and the other good one the last time. And I think he finished something like 3.5. Or he finished 3.5 lengths in front of Zahi, who runs in the first race of the night. So, Zahi's dropping on the claiming race there, and the Dillon here still contesting the maiden. So I would like to think that this one would have a great draw, or a great chance from a very, very good draw.
Yeah, well, I'm the other way. I'm going for the power draw with Jungle Cove, Shane Foley riding for Jessica Harrington. Just on this horse's form, Alan Glynn has been jocked up on this a fair few times. Shane Foley, I think it's probably hasn't rode it since about 4 or 5 runs ago. Dropping back to a mile, I just not fully convinced that it stays the extra 2 furlongs in a mile and a quarter. It was behind Turin Angel and Masala in his last couple of runs. Look, it should be able to get out from that draw in 17, get across, maybe sit in the midfield. Look, come late and fast. If he's ever going to win a race, I think it'll be tomorrow night. This is his best opportunity for a long time.
Yep. We'll move on to the 7:30. It is the big race tonight. It's the Hollywoodbets Patton Stakes. It's a listed race. We don't see too many of them at Dundalk. I know Joseph O'Brien has a serious chance here, and I've been saying he's going to have a very, very good night, but I've gone against him here. Probably the race he is aiming at in the night. I do like Benevente, Richard O'Brien trained. As I mentioned before, has that form in with Devil's Outlaw. If Devil's Outlaw was to win that maiden earlier, that's a serious form boost. It does step up to 1 mile. I think well capable of staying that. And I think he shouldn't have too much problems. He's 11-1, so I'd say he's a good each way price. The other one that I do like in it would be Donnacha O'Brien's Zosimus. Won nicely here in November, beating Shackleton Hero. And as we know, Shackleton Hero has since came on and absolutely blitzed the field. He was 3rd that same month to Lochderg and Colour Sergeant, who are really group horses. Like, they're capable of racing in group level. So Zosimus at 5-1 looks a fairly good price.
I'll agree with you. My pick here is, again, as you said, it's great to have Hollywoodbets sponsoring the whole card on the night, but this is the main one. It's a leg of the trials for the Kentucky Qualifier, isn't it? And the Irish leg. I'm going to go and stick with Benevente here at 11-1. Now, he's drawn widest of all, 8 of 8, but there's lots to like about him. He won that race 3 weeks ago. As you say, Ryan, he's stepping up and trip here over 7 furlongs. Now, it's hard to know whether it was Devil's Outlaw or him that was kind of hanging, and there was kind of the 2 of them got close inside the final furlong or whatever, but he still won nicely. The step up and trip I don't think will be much of a problem. He has fitness on his side. And I just think at 11-1, if all 8 line up and you're getting 3 places, 11-1's a big price for a horse that's race fit, and we know he's proven around Dundalk, as is some of the other contenders as well. We know that, but I just think fitness, I think, could be key, and I give him a big shout.
Yeah, look, I probably agree, which is most of the way, apart from the fact that Benevente probably has to give £5 to some very, very decent looking fillies. Now, the big thing for me is Messidor looks to be improving hand over fist, and she looks the class act in this field. She was really impressive last time out, beating Halebop by 2 3/4 lengths. Like she looks to pick a Declan McDonough as well. Just on a couple of runs, on the 18th of November, she clocked 127.21, carrying 9 stone 2. On the 2nd of December, she clocked 126.07, carrying 9 stone 4. So she's improved carrying a bigger weight, and that was over 7 furlongs. So I think a step up to a mile is going to suit. Her turn of foot is electric. So I think it'll just be a case of Declan being able to track into the straight and see what she can do. She's my nap at a night, and I think 7-4, I think she'll take a lot of beat.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I do think she is the one everybody has to beat in the race, but I still think Benevente is still plenty more improvement to come on him yet too.
Yeah, I just want to. I did tip up the 1 and 2 last year. I had first and second, so Benevente is obviously must for me. Yeah, look, should we move on to the 8 o'clock race? It's a 7 furlong race. I can't look past Major Power. Edward Lynham's Shane Cross is riding. He's had 4 wins here over this distance. Look, very, very rarely runs a bad race. Dundalk, second last twice this season. Honestly, only 2 runs at Dundalk this season. Yeah, serious chance from stall 8. 9-2 looks very, very good here.
Yeah, I'm put up my next best of the night, Wonder Elzam at 9-2. Interesting. Again, it's a small enough field. Alan, you did mention about Jungle Cove beating or racing against Mo Salah earlier on. Wonder Elzam actually beat Mo Salah over a mile, or I think it was a mile, yeah, and a maiden. Now, Wonder Elzam's had 2 runs in handicap company and not been disgraced. And I'm not surprised to see Luke McAteer booked here as well. Now, Luke's a great. I think Luke's a great jockey for going from the front and setting good fractions and getting a horse home. And I would like to maybe see that happen tomorrow night. Kick on, go on, won the race. 9-2, big price, considering the horse should be well enough hardened now, after having a couple of runs and handicaps, to get the idea of it. And I just think it's interesting to note too. It's actually still a colt, which is something that's interesting.
Yeah, the one for me is John McConnell and Siobhan Rutledge are teaming up with Fastman, owned by the Galaxy Horse Racing Syndicate. Very good run last time out on first run for John McConnell. Was dead heated behind Big Gossie. Now, the big thing for me, Big Gossie's rated 94 in the all-weather. That's a good year, like a good stepping stone into where they want to set their targets for the year. The whole way through that race wide, was pushed along, stayed on really well. Now, they got this horse off David O'Mara. If you go back, there's just one piece of form from York in 2019, finished behind Space Blues, trained by Charlie Appleby. Space Blues was last seen winning in Riyadh there in Saudi Arabia on the 20th of February. Is also a Group 1 winner. Look, if Fastman can get back to any of that form, 5-1, I'd say like he'd improve off the last run as well. So 5-1 looks big.
Yeah, just funny you actually say that. He actually dead heated with Wonder Elzam in that race, so the 2 of them got close. You know, they're closely matched on that last run.
Yeah. Should we move on to the last race then, boys? The 7 furlong 8:30 race. What are you fancying? Alan, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm kind of staying with an old favourite, Cursory Exam, top of the weights. Look, this horse is probably paying for a strong piece of form when fourth to Hudson River and a maiden at the Curragh. Like, just ahead of him on that occasion was Wembley, who actually went on to finish second at the Dewhurst at Newmarket. This looks more as great. Dean Curran's going to be claiming 7 off his back. Like, he still has a bit to find, but the thing for me is he's proven around the Dundalk now. 10-1 looks a big price, and I'll be happy to play maybe small each way just the end of the night.
Yep. For me, I'm going for stop on red. Chris Hayes is riding it. I'm going to give him one more chance. I think he's got the ability to, be better than he was last time. Steps back up 7 furlongs, which should be a big help. I think that's his best trip. Yeah, look, I think he's going to win a 5-1. I can't see much pulsing.
Yeah, I'm going to take another. I'm going to start the card with an Aidan McGuinness horse, and I'm going to end up with one of his as well, Abla, for Shane Foley. Now, this horse is really interesting to me. She's £3 above her last winning mark, which was a couple of runs ago. Now, Ado's got a couple of claiming jockeys in the yard. Easily could have claimed off her and had her below that mark, but instead Shane Foley gets jocked up. I feel that alone is enough of an insight for me to take her here, because they obviously fancy their chances. A good jockey who's going to be strong in the finish. She's in there 11-2. 11-2. If you get 6-1 somewhere, it's shot to nothing each way in my eyes. But at 11-2, you'd be happy to play straight.
That's it then, boys, is it?
Not next best each way.
I keep forgetting about this. Mainly because they never win for me. Right, Alan, we're going to start with you.
Start with me. My nap on the night, Messidor in the Hollywoodbets listed Patton Stakes. My next best will be Fast Man in the 8 o'clock, and my each way will be the last race in the cursory exam. Maybe just snatch a place late at 10-1.
Yeah, my nap is going to be Marior for Joseph O'Brien and the 6:30 at 3-1. My next best is Wonder Elzam in the 8 o'clock, and my each way of the night is Alexei Vronsky at 14-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna nap off Little Andrew in the first race. Next best, I'm gonna go for Devil's Outlaw. No, I'm not. Get me away from Devil's Outlaw. Next best, I'm gonna go for the Dylan in the 7 o'clock, and I'm going to use my each way in Devil's Outlaw. Yeah, that's a fucking tongue twister, out, boys.
You're going to use your each way in a 5-4?
No, I'm going to use it on Grand Revival, the 16-1 shot. I imagine the American Pharaoh called.